Right, so in this video, I am going to cover a GPT bot that we've built here at Magnet Monster in order to create copy for Duradry at both scale, accuracy, and efficiency. Okay. Remember now, mastering email as a channel isn't always about the shiny bits and bobs around email design and segmentation. Yeah, that's all important, okay? But being in a position where you can produce copy for emails and SMS, if you're in a position where you can generate that without burning through resources and expenses, then you're also mastering your channels in a much more efficient or sufficient way. So let me get into the meat and potato here. I am going to move my face to the right here. So there's essentially two panels within a GPT bot. You've got the create mode. This is where you will add in your prompts. We will be adding a email design brief in this part here, and then we'll ask the GPT bot to generate a copy for us. And then there's also the configure panel, which is essentially the backend configuration of setting up or creating this GPT. So I'm going to go into the configure just so you understand how we do it here at Magnet Monster. So let me just hide. So of course, give it a name, description, then you need to give it instructions. Okay, this is the prompt that the GPT bot will receive. So what we do here is essentially we give it different steps. So step one, remember your role. So we're essentially telling GPT to take on a very specific role. You're a world-class email marketer. You're going to be a copywriting AI assistant. Your task is to create high-quality marketing content. So you're essentially creating the persona for the GPT. Step two is telling it to review any information that we feed it, so you can see your knowledge documents, to gain more context and background around the brand, the reviews, and so forth. Step three is we give it some general rules to follow when writing these emails. So keep your subject line short, keep the headline hooks around 6 to 7 words. We kind of give it some rules. Otherwise, if you leave ChatGPT to its own devices, it kind of goes haywire. And so forth. Okay, so that's what we do there. That's the instructions. We then essentially upload a bunch of files to now train the GPT model. So it creates copy that is both aligned to the Duradry tone of voice, and it's also looking at product listings, how they speak on their site, scraping Instagram captions, and so on. So this is what we do. We use a tool called Apify. Apify allows you to scrape your store, your Shopify store. It allows you to scrape Instagram posts, Instagram comments, and the list goes on. Reviews, you can scrape reviews from your sites. And then you can build up a repository of things for the GPT bot to reference. Because remember, if you train it correctly, you get better output. Then we also tell it to, obviously, web browsing needs to be enabled. DALL-E, code interpret, and so forth. Okay, that's the backend of setting up the GPT bot. Now we need to feed it a prompt. Okay, so I'm going to take this email brief that one of our strategists have created for Duradry, copy it, drop it in here, and then I'm going to have GPT do its magic, and it's going to write the copy for me. Of course, we merely use this as a starting point. You still need to tinker with it a bit and adjust it as needed, trim and cut and adjust. But you can see how it's now doing its magic. It is ensuring that it is highlighting the correct facts. It is aligned with their tone of voice and so forth. You can see here, suggesting subject lines, some hero text here. It's also giving me some recommendations on the image that I should use. So it's giving me some creative direction as well. Okay, call to action, discover the winner, intro section, body section. The image there should be this. Text is that. Ingredients, here we can highlight some of the ingredients and so forth. Okay, no wash chemicals and so on. So pretty cool to build a GPT. But to summarize this, we've built GPTs for Duradry and other clients here at Magnet Monster to train itself on the info and the data that we feed it. So it creates better output of copy, and also to help us to speed up some of the copy production. And that's it.